Let me tell you this, and I'll say it only once. You can't make someone like you if they aren't already interested. No amount of charm, flattery, or attention will change the way her subconscious mind is wired. And yet, countless men waste months, sometimes years, chasing women who aren't even considering them. The reality is simple. Women are constantly scanning, evaluating, and testing the men around them. Their minds are finely tuned instruments, wired to detect signals of interest and disinterest faster than you can even realize. And if a woman isn't interested, she won't just ignore it silently. She'll reveal subtle but powerful clues through her words, actions, and even body language. The problem is that most men are blind to these signals. They overthink, misread, or convince themselves it's something else entirely. That's why understanding female psychology isn't just helpful, it's essential. It's the difference between wasting your time and energy and protecting your self-respect while navigating relationships intelligently. In this video, we're breaking down 7 clear signs a woman isn't interested. I'll show you what to look for, how to interpret her behavior, and why ignoring these signs only sets you up for frustration and disappointment. By the end of this, you'll stop guessing, stop overanalyzing, and start seeing the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. 1. She rarely initiates contact. One of the most obvious yet overlooked signs a woman isn't interested is simple. She doesn't reach out. Not texting, not calling, not sliding into your DMs. She just waits. And this silence isn't because she's busy or mysterious. It's because her subconscious mind isn't sending signals of attraction toward you. Here's the psychology behind it. Human beings are wired to invest energy only in what they value. When someone is genuinely interested, they'll find reasons to engage, even subtly. A woman who likes you will send messages, ask questions, or make small gestures to maintain a connection. If none of that happens, it's not shyness or playing hard to get, it's disinterest. You might try to rationalize it. She's busy, she's just playing hard to get, maybe she's stressed. But here's the brutal truth. You're giving mental energy to someone whose brain has already made a decision about you. And the longer you chase that energy, the more you undervalue your own. The key here is awareness. Notice patterns, not exceptions. One missed message or a quiet day doesn't matter, but a consistent lack of initiation is a clear signal. And the moment you recognize it, you can stop wasting time, stop overthinking, and redirect your energy toward people who actually want to be in your life. A healthy approach is to respect her signals, not ignore them. Because ignoring reality doesn't make someone like you. It just makes you lose your dignity while waiting for a response that may never come. 2. Her responses are short and disengaged. Another clear indicator a woman isn't interested is the way she communicates. If her responses are consistently short, one-word answers, LOL, or vague comments, it's not a coincidence. Her brain is sending a signal. She's not emotionally invested in the conversation. Here's the psychology behind it. When someone is genuinely intrigued or attracted, their subconscious mind actively engages. They mirror energy, ask questions, and create small openings to keep the interaction alive. When a woman consistently responds with minimal effort, it's her mind signaling disinterest without saying it outright. Many men make the mistake of overcompensating in this situation. They ask more questions, tell longer stories, or try to inject humor to wake up her interest. But the reality is brutal. No amount of energy you put in can force her subconscious to feel attraction. Attraction is not negotiable. It's a biological response, not a debate. A relatable way to see this. Imagine texting a friend who's clearly distracted or uninterested. You notice their tone is flat, their replies lag, and they never ask you anything back. You don't invent excuses for them. You acknowledge the energy they give. The same principle applies here. The key takeaway is to recognize disengagement as a protective signal for yourself. It prevents wasted time and emotional energy. If she's consistently putting in minimal effort, it's a warning to step back, recalibrate, and focus on connections that are reciprocal. Ignoring this pattern only leads to frustration. Respect the signals, protect your energy, and understand short, disengaged responses aren't just rude. They're the mind telling you what words won't. She's not interested. 3. She avoids spending time alone with you. One of the most telling signs a woman isn't interested is how she manages proximity and opportunities to be alone with you. If she consistently avoids one-on-one situations, preferring groups, public spaces, or busy schedules, it's a subconscious signal. She doesn't want the intimacy that comes from being alone with you. Here's the psychology behind it. Attraction drives desire for closeness. When someone is genuinely drawn to you, they find ways to create private moments, even subtly. Avoidance, on the other hand, isn't always conscious. It's a protective mechanism. Her brain is telling her, I'm not invested in this, so don't create situations where I have to engage deeply. Let's make this relatable with a practical example. Imagine you invite her to grab coffee together. She consistently says she's busy, or redirects to group events with friends. Sometimes she promises to make it work later, but those plans never materialize. Meanwhile, she has no problem going out with others or socializing in other contexts. That pattern is not coincidence. It's the mind showing disinterest without confrontation. Many men make the mistake of pushing harder in these situations, interpreting avoidance as playing hard to get. But the truth is stark. Attraction cannot be forced. No charm, no persistence, no clever strategy will make someone want private time if her subconscious is already closed. The key takeaway: notice patterns over time, not isolated events. One cancelled coffee isn't a deal breaker, but consistent avoidance is a warning sign. Recognizing this allows you to protect your emotional energy and redirect it toward people who actively seek your presence. Remember, human psychology doesn't lie. If she avoids spending time alone with you, it's not rejection of your character. It's her mind speaking clearly. Listening to that signal is the difference between wasting months chasing someone who isn't interested and investing in genuine reciprocal connections. 4. She rarely initiates conversation. Another major indicator that a woman isn't interested is her lack of effort to start conversations. If you're always the one reaching out, texting first, calling first, sending memes or links, while she rarely initiates, her subconscious is sending a clear signal. Here's the psychology behind it. When someone is attracted or invested, their brain drives them to engage. Initiating communication is a subconscious effort to maintain connection. Avoidance, in contrast, is a protective mechanism. Her mind is quietly saying, I'm not that invested in this interaction, so I won't put in energy to reach out. This is something most men struggle to accept because it feels subtle. You might tell yourself she's busy or just letting me lead. But patterns don't lie. Consistently being the one to initiate while receiving minimal effort back creates an unbalanced dynamic, and unbalanced dynamics rarely produce genuine interest. Think about your own life. You probably have friends, colleagues, or acquaintances who rarely reach out, and it doesn't take a second thought. You don't overanalyze it, you just know the energy isn't mutual. The same principle applies here. Mutual effort is a simple but fundamental measure of interest. The danger lies in ignoring these signals. Many men rationalize or excuse the lack of initiation, convincing themselves that persistence will create attraction. But attraction cannot be manufactured. It's biological and psychological, not negotiable. Recognizing this early protects your time, dignity, and emotional energy. The key takeaway: notice patterns over weeks, not isolated incidents. If she rarely initiates conversation consistently, it's a warning. It doesn't reflect your value. It reflects her level of interest. Accepting that reality allows you to redirect focus toward people who are genuinely drawn to you, rather than chasing someone whose subconscious has already made its decision. 5. She's easily distracted around you. One of the most revealing signs a woman isn't interested is how easily her attention drifts when she's with you. If she's constantly checking her phone, scanning the room, or focusing on anything other than the conversation, her subconscious is telling her brain, this interaction isn't a priority. Here's the psychology behind it. When someone is genuinely attracted, their brain prioritizes focus on you. They mirror energy, maintain eye contact, and actively engage. Distraction isn't just rude, it's a signal. It communicates low investment in the interaction, even if she smiles or laughs occasionally. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're at a cafe or hanging out casually. You're telling a story or sharing something about your day, and she keeps glancing at her phone, scrolling, or laughing at something else entirely. You might convince yourself she's just checking a message or multitasking, but the repeated pattern tells a different story. Her mind is elsewhere because she isn't invested in this moment with you. Many men mistake this for playfulness, busyness, or teasing. But attraction works on subtle, subconscious cues. If her attention isn't focused, it's not because of a temporary distraction. It's because her brain hasn't prioritized you. And no amount of charm or persistence can make someone value your presence if their mind isn't already tuned in. The key takeaway: notice how she behaves consistently in your presence. One distracted glance doesn't matter, but repeated patterns of inattentiveness are a strong signal. This is your mind telling you something vital. Her interest level is low, and chasing it is wasted energy. Recognizing this early protects your dignity and emotional investment. Attention is currency, and if she's not spending it on you, it's time to reevaluate where your focus goes. 6. She's emotionally unavailable. Another powerful indicator that a woman isn't interested is her emotional distance. She may respond politely, laugh at your jokes, or engage superficially, but she avoids deeper conversations, personal disclosures, or moments of vulnerability. Her mind is sending a clear signal. She's not willing to invest emotionally. Here's the psychology behind it. Attraction is more than physical. It's emotional. People who are genuinely drawn to someone will share glimpses of themselves, express feelings, and create connection. Emotional unavailability, on the other hand, is a protective mechanism. Her brain keeps her at a distance because she's not invested or intrigued. Many men miss this signal because they mistake friendliness or politeness for interest. They think that if she laughs at a joke, flirts lightly, or engages socially, she must be interested. But surface-level interactions don't equate to emotional engagement. Attraction requires depth, subtle cues, and a willingness to be vulnerable. Think about your own life. You naturally share more with people you feel comfortable around, who value your presence, and who reciprocate your energy. The same applies here. If someone avoids emotional connection, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of where her interest truly lies. The danger of ignoring this pattern is that you invest emotionally in someone who isn't giving anything back. Over time, this imbalance creates frustration, disappointment, and wasted energy. Recognizing emotional unavailability early allows you to protect your self-respect and focus on relationships that are reciprocal. The key takeaway: notice patterns, not isolated moments. If she consistently keeps conversation superficial, avoids personal topics, or shuts down when you attempt deeper connection, it's a signal you shouldn't ignore. Emotional availability is a non-negotiable factor in attraction. If it's absent, no amount of effort on your part will change that. 7. She shows interest in others while around you. One of the most telling signs a woman isn't interested in you is how she directs her attention toward other men when you're present. If she's complimenting, flirting, or laughing with someone else while you're in the room, it's not a coincidence. Her subconscious is revealing where her interest truly lies. Here's the psychology behind it. Attraction is selective and subconscious. When someone is drawn to you, their attention naturally focuses on you. They mirror your energy, engage deeply, and prioritize your presence. Conversely, if her attention is elsewhere, it's a strong signal that your presence doesn't trigger that instinctive pull. Let's make this practical. Imagine you're at a social gathering, chatting casually, and she constantly glances at another guy, laughs at his jokes, or leans toward him in conversation. You might try to rationalize it. She's just being friendly, or she's harmlessly socializing. But repeated patterns like this are rarely harmless. Her mind is subtly signaling attraction elsewhere, not toward you. Many men make the mistake of competing or trying to win her attention in these situations, overthinking every gesture or trying to outshine the other person. But attraction isn't a contest. It's a biological response. No amount of effort can override the subconscious wiring of interest. The key takeaway: notice patterns over time, not isolated incidents. If she consistently directs attention elsewhere, it's a strong indication that her interest is elsewhere too. Recognizing this prevents wasted energy and emotional investment. Ultimately, understanding these signs isn't about ego, it's about clarity. It allows you to protect your dignity, prioritize connections that are genuine, and focus on people who are naturally drawn to your presence. Attraction cannot be forced, and the sooner you see the signals, the sooner you can redirect your energy towards someone who truly values you. Too many of you waste your time chasing women who aren't even interested. You text, you compliment, you bend over backward for approval, and all the while, her mind has already made a decision about you. This isn't about being nice or polite. It's about biology, psychology, and emotional signals that you either notice or ignore. A controversial statement? Here it is. Being overly eager or desperate is the fastest way to make a woman lose interest. Many men think effort equals attraction, but in reality, effort without mutual interest is invisible and sometimes even repelling. Stop pretending that charm or persistence can fix a lack of subconscious attraction. My advice: learn to read the signals, respect them, and protect your emotional energy. If she's not showing interest, don't beg or rationalize it. Redirect your focus toward people who are